All right. So tonight we have Anna talking. Most of you guys know who Anna is. If you don't, Anna is a diamond coach on our team. She is one of my coaches, and I asked Anna to host a call. She's going to be talking about the essentials of being an entrepreneur. And the reason I asked Anna to host this call is because I feel like Anna is kind of like the epitome of like an entrepreneur. She is a coach that she just kind of like figured out what worked for her and just went with it. So the thing that I've like always loved about watching Anna grow in her business is that she is not like your typical coach. Like, you're not going to look at Anna and feel like she's just another Beachbody coach. Like, she is Anna Witt. You know, she's different. Her brand is her. And she's just had a lot of success making her brand her, gaining a following. She created a like page that gained an amazing following. She's been really successful in that area. And she's just been really successful in just kind of finding what works for her and her business and just doing her own thing independently. So I want Anna to talk to you guys tonight about some of her tips and, you know, just kind of share with you what she does and what she's found has worked for her. So go ahead, Anna.
Take it away, right? Okay.
I'm going to mute myself.
Oh, you're fine. All right. So while Stephanie gets herself, guys, I'm going to figure out this screen share thing really fast. See if we can screen share it because I have slides for you guys. Are you so excited? All right. So first and foremost, I think something that we really forget in this business is, like Steph said, the word entrepreneur. I think we really forget sometimes that we are entrepreneurs. This isn't a club that we joined after school. This isn't some, little group of ladies from the library. Like, you are an entrepreneur. This is a job. This is your business. This is a huge opportunity. And so often we go wrong. I see coaches quit all the time because they just either don't take it seriously. They got lost in the mayhem in the beginning. They didn't have a schedule. They didn't have things set down like you would for a normal business. If you're starting a chain restaurant or you're starting, my boyfriend, he owns his own business. He's a yacht detailer, and the same things he does in his business, I do in my business, and I've learned a lot from him. I've learned a lot from my parents. And that's one of the big things as well, as we need to learn from other people, right? Other entrepreneurs. So I want to share with you guys tonight some of the top categories that I feel are so important in this business, in all businesses where you are the boss and you are the CEO of your business. And the first thing that you have to have, without a doubt, and I think for me, this is something I really, really struggled with my first few years. And I know to this day, we still struggle with it. There are days when I am so disorganized, and there are days when I am on point. I've got this, so I want to give you guys a few of the things that I do at the beginning of my week, throughout my week, for organization. All right. So the first thing that you need to do to get yourself organized is a big ass brain dump. That's what that stands for, okay? A big ass brain dump. And it sounds crazy, but it's a good way to remember it. Get yourself a piece of paper. Lay it out on the piece of paper, okay? So write down everything that's on your mind right then, whether it is a task that you have coming up, something you are wanting to do. So maybe it's anything from laundry all the way to posting in your groups. Maybe it's creating new content. Maybe it's checking in with people. Maybe it's taking the kids to soccer or getting up and getting breakfast done in the mornings. It could be as simple as making sure you get your shower in that day, okay? Write absolutely everything down on this list on Sunday. I tend to do it on Sunday, okay? Write everything down on this list, your big brain dump, and then go through with the 1 to 10 prioritizing. I talked about this on a call a few weeks ago, and just go through, check out everything that you have on this paper and rate it. Rate it 1 to 10. I don't care if you make 1 the most important or you make 10 the most important. Just know which one you're making at the top. Okay, so rate it. If it's most important has to get done right away. Rate it, you know, a number 1. If it's not quite as important, it's a number 7, a number 10, okay? Go through the list, and each one's a different number. You don't have to make only one of them number 1, only one of them number 2, right? There could be 5 1s, 5 2s, all that good stuff. So, then go through and take another piece of paper and write down the categories. So all the number 1s, write them down. All the number 2s, write them down. All the number 10s, write them down. And then look at your calendar for the week and start placing things where they need to go so that you can get them done. Maybe on Tuesday, you know, you want to do 1 number 1, 1 number 3, 4 number 2s. You know, you can work it out how you have your time arranged throughout the week. And this will help keep you organized, and it'll help you prioritize. You're going to know when you're getting your most important things done. And if number 10 and number 9 don't quite make the cut because something happens in your day, you know, you can move it to the next day because it's not as important, or you can move it to the following week because it's not as high on your priority list, right? And don't be afraid to ask for help. I think that's something so important for us as women is we feel like we're automatically those nurturers. We feel like we have to take everything on our plate and we have to get it done and we have to do it ourselves. And it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to ask your husband to cook dinner on your call nights. You know, it's okay to ask him to put the kids to bed if he's home. It's okay to trade babysitting with your friends. You know, maybe you know that you have something super important to do on Tuesday night for your business, or you just need a few hours on Wednesday morning to sit down and focus. Ask a friend, say, hey, can you take so-and-so today and I'll take yours tomorrow, or vice versa, so that you can get what you need done, okay? And not only does that help your friend out as well, but it helps you get your business and your priorities done, okay? And don't be afraid to outsource. This is something for me that I had a really hard time with, and Chalene Johnson is very big about teaching this and living it. And of course, she can afford it, but it's one of those things that, yes, you might, not have it in your budget to hire a maid or hire a freelancer or hire an assistant, but you need to go back to that prioritizing and realize where you're spending your time. And if these things are sucking up your time, isn't it worth the $50 for someone to come and sweep your floors and clean your house for you and save you 4 hours of cleaning? It is for me in the end. And that's 4 hours you can be working on your business, and you can be preparing yourself for more income in the future or in the present, to be able to not worry about your outsourcing, right? So, and look, I can't even switch slides because my face is right there. Oh, there we go. Okay. The next thing that is so important is your audience. Your audience, your niche, your authenticity. You have to know who you're talking to. You have to know your Linda. You have to know your ideal customer. Call her Linda on my team because I'm always saying it, Linda, 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 like that little guy that's always going Linda, 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 right? So, and because you want to name this person, you want to give them a name, something tangible, that you're talking to Linda. When I make a post, I'm talking to Linda. I'm not talking to everyone. I'm talking to her because I know her. I know what she likes. I know what she's looking for. I know what she needs help with. And that helps me craft my post. And it helps me not have as much fear as well when I am speaking to someone or speaking to my audience, right? Know your niche, know your expertise. You are not an expert in everything. I'm sorry if you think you are, but you are not. You're not an expert in everything. I'm not an expert in parenthood. I'm not an expert in cooking. All these things that I know are not my strong points. Those are not my expertise. But what I am an expert in is listening. And I'm an expert in sharing my story. I'm an expert in researching ways to help others. I know that these are things that I'm good at. And when I say expert, it doesn't mean that you have to have your PhD and you have to have lived, 40 years in the Amazon to be an amazing archaeologist or something. You don't have to be an expert in that way. You're an expert because you've lived it. Say, for example, you need help on your taxes. And for me, the first person I'm going to ask is like, Mom, I need a little help. What would I do here? Or, what do you suggest? Or what company should I use for my taxes, right? Like something trivial like that. Not that taxes are trivial. We all know those are fun. But she's your She's your role model expert. She's been there, she's done that. She's not an accountant, she's not a tax expert, but for you, she's that person in your life that you're going to for this information, right? Just like your dad. Maybe you want to call your dad to help you change your flat tire. He's not a mechanic, but he is the results expert. He knows how to get the results for your tire, right? He knows what he's doing in that way. And so in your life, he's your person. And that is your goal. You are using your niche and your expertise to be that expert for your Linda, okay? Does that make sense? I hope it does. So your posts and your authenticity and just the way you speak and the way you run your business, these are going to attract or repel. That's your goal. You want to attract your Linda and you want to repel everybody else. I know that that sounds a little crazy, that you want to repel people, but you're not here to help everyone. And sometimes that's a really tough cookie to swallow. Yes, we're here to help everyone, but in the end, you can't, there's no way you can speak and everyone will relate to you, right? That's just how life works. I cannot necessarily relate to someone who's a mom of 7, you know what I mean? Or even a mom at all. I don't have any kids. You know what I mean? So if somebody is coming and they're looking for that mentor, they're looking for that coach, that person that's going to be their friend and in their life and really helping them on this journey, they're going to look for someone they can relate to. And I'm probably going to repel them if they're a parent, or if they, you know, have different beliefs than me, or they can tell that I haven't been on the same part of my journey as they are, if that makes sense. I'm going to repel them, and that's okay. It's all right to repel them, and it's all right for them to say, oh, no, she's not really for me. You know, I love following her, but she's just not really for me. I don't think I want to work with her. That's okay. That's all right. And don't try and do the figure it out as you go, guys. If you don't know what your niche is, you need to sit down right now. You need to ask your coach. You need to ask your success partner to help you. You need to research, go on YouTube, whatever you can do to find your niche. And you need to know what it is right now, because you don't need to be posting tomorrow, the next day, the rest of the week, unless you know what you're talking about, right? My niche, my expertise, I am not an expert in fitness, right? So I am not all day long talking about fitness. We know as coaches that that's not our goal anyway. We are switching it up. We're doing all kinds of things and we're talking about all the aspects, right? But you can't just try and figure it out as you go. You need to know right now what your niche is, because that is going to help you craft your business, craft your posts, and craft your Linda, right? So health and wellness and vitality, guys, this is a $3 trillion industry in 2017. That is what it is projected to be, $3 trillion. That's insane. So when you're sitting back and you're thinking, I can't get anyone to join my accountability group, there is no one left for me because everybody is taken by a coach. Everybody's following all these other coaches. First of all, let's go back to the attract and repel. I could follow 7 other coaches, but maybe Sam is the only one that I'm attracted to. Sure, I like following all the other ones because they are inspiring and they say amazing things and I love their example and their recipes, things like that. But they are still repelling me in some aspects, right? So just because there are so many coaches doesn't mean that that person is not just necessarily attracted to all those coaches, right? Think of it like this. You are in a forest, okay? Right now, when you're in your team page, when you have all these coaches on your Facebook, they're in your newsfeed, they're in your face, you are surrounded by trees. These other coaches are trees. You're in a forest of trees. We're a big community. And that's great. That's amazing that we're in this community. But you have to remember, I'm feeling like there's so many coaches because I've surrounded myself with coaches. I'm in the middle of the forest. And you have to remember that the forest ends. And what do we want? We want more trees. We need more trees, especially, you know, in the world today, we need more trees, just like you need to help more people. So try and remember that when you're feeling like there's no one left for me. Steph and I come from a really small town. And when I first started coaching, every single person and their mother, it seemed like, was a coach. And honestly, they really were, because our town is really small. And Steph and I knew right away we had to get out of that town and expand, because otherwise we were never going to A, feel like we had enough people, and B, really be able to come out on our own, right? So you're in the middle of the forest, and just remember that when you're feeling like there's no way there's enough people for me, there's 600,000 coaches, but there's how many people in the United States and in Canada and Mexico? How many people with internet? How many people with access to Beachbody On Demand? Now they're spreading that to other countries, guys. We have other countries. You have so many other trees you can plant and grow and nurture, okay? So in order to do that, you need to find your voice. You need to find it, you need to use it, and you need to start now, all right? So I want you to remember the 5 Ps, and I made them look like little peas. Did you notice? Look, like little pea pods. So a way that when I get stuck, because let's be honest, we get stuck. There's some mornings where I wake up and I'm just like, I am not feeling it today. You know, I'm not leading with my passion today. I'm not feeling it. I don't know what to post. I don't know what to talk about. I don't think there's any way I can really help someone today. And first of all, those are toxic thoughts, and I need to get those out of my head right away. But in reality, it happens, okay? So a way that I get myself out of that is I start with these 5 Ps, all right? I can use my past. I can use my personal development to share about. I can share about the present. I can share about my passion, and I can share about my prelude. My prelude is my future, where I'm going, what I'm about to do, right? We can share about all those things. Those are 5 very vast subjects. 5 very vast subjects you can talk about, and that gives you so much opportunity to share your story, to share your beliefs, to share your heart with people. Any 5 of those, right? I'm sure if you sit here for another 5 minutes or so and stare at this, you could give me something for each of those categories, right? I hope you can. You have something to say. What is it? Don't be scared to say it, okay? I had a card for that. Oh, well, we'll find it. All right. So the next one is your attitude. Okay. This is a big one because I think lately I've seen a lot more of this when it comes to my newsfeed, when it comes to teams and other people that I'm talking to. Your attitude, guys, your attitude is going to determine not only your entire day, but your week and your month and how you finish it out and what happens, okay? It determines how your team feels. It determines how your family feels, right? It's not just something that stays inside of you. Your attitude is on your face. We can see it. We can hear it in your voice, okay? So this needs to be positive always, always. Like, I cannot stress this enough. It has to be positive always. I don't care what it is you want to say on your Facebook, who you want to chew out, what you are angry about, what you are frustrated about. I don't care. That's when you call your mom, you call your sister, you call your best friend, and you talk to them. You don't talk to Facebook, because Facebook is not your personal thing anymore. Facebook, your Instagram, whatever it is, it's not your personal thing anymore. It's your business. This is your storefront. This is your window. This is what people are walking by and seeing what you have to offer. They're seeing that dress in the window, the shoes in the window, the things that you have. They are not looking to see negativity, right? If you saw like a really nasty sign in a store window, I'm not going in there because I don't like it. I don't like what I see there. You know, maybe it's really disorganized. It looks like they don't really know what they want to do with their day, what they want to do with that outfit. You know, your Facebook is your storefront. People are coming in, and I'll tell you right now, they're watching you and they're judging you. And that's okay. You want them to do that. You want them to watch you and you want them to judge you, because that is how they get to know you. And that is how you can prove them wrong. That is how you can lead them. That is how they can relate to you. All right. So this, in your posts, in your videos, in your live feeds, and speaking of live feeds, guys, and this goes for your posts too, don't make excuses for yourself. Don't get on that video and say, oh, don't worry about my hair today. Don't pay attention to this today. Oh, excuse me, I don't have any makeup on. Oh, don't apologize to anybody. You are confident and you are powerful. Why are you telling the vast world that you're sorry that, oh, don't excuse the mess behind me. If you know there's a mess behind you, don't record your video right there. Right, guys? If you're worried about your face, then hop in there and put some makeup on, or don't say anything, because people aren't going to care until you say something about it, okay? So that's just a little side note. In your messages, be positive. I cannot tell you how many times I have had a new coach or somebody else that's just, their spirit might be sad at that point, and they hop into their inbox and they answer messages right away. If you are not feeling positive, don't go in your inbox. Don't do it. I'm telling you. The people can wait 20 minutes for you to read your personal development or get yourself straight, take a bubble bath. I don't care. They can wait in your inbox. Do not go in there if you are not in a positive mindset, because you're going to snap at people, and you might not think you're snapping at people, but the things you say might not come out encouraging or positive, okay? And that is what we are here for. And when you're in person, because guess what? Word travels fast. Same with other coaches and people in your field. Word travels fast. As much as we don't like it, we work with a bunch of women. Okay? We work with a bunch of women, and you need to be constantly positive, because you never know who's looking up to you and who is listening to your conversation. You know, maybe you're talking with someone and you're feeling like you need to vent. Think about it first. Think about what's going on. Think about who you're talking to. Is this going to help them? Is this going to make them feel better? Things like that. Okay, guys? And don't forget your energy. Have fun with it, okay? Sometimes people are attracted to my live feeds or my videos or something like that because they can see my energy. They can see how excited I am, and they want to be a part of what I'm doing because I'm excited. Just sheerly because I'm excited. They don't even care what it is that we're doing. But if I'm excited, they're like, I want some of that, okay? So be excited, share it, show them that it's okay to be happy, right? And also on the other spectrum, you're gonna have people that are negative, and you're gonna have people who don't believe in what you do. And you know what? I hope you have people like that, because that means you're doing something right. That means that you've touched a nerve somewhere along with that person, or it means that they're starting to realize that they need something more positive, okay? And maybe they're taking it out on you. There's so many different factors for that. But haters are gonna hate, and potatoes are gonna potate, okay? So as long as you stay positive and you don't let them know that what they're saying is getting to you, then you have the upper hand. And I promise they're gonna start noticing. They're gonna say, well, why didn't this person snap back at me like I want them to? You know, why are they not getting angry with me? And they're gonna stay following you, or else they're going to be repelled by you. And that's when you say goodbye. I want to repel you. I don't need you, right? Haters gonna hate, potatoes gonna potate. I just love that one because he's really cute. All right, your passion. This is passion. I've been so passionate lately about your passion. So, thanks, Sam. Thanks for laughing. Coming back, buddy. All right, so your passion. Your why and your passion are two different things. They are not the same thing. They can be similar, and yes, you can be passionate about your why. Maybe your why is bringing your husband home. Maybe your why that you're doing this is to give your family a better life. That's a passionate why, and I hope you are passionate about your why, but it's not your passion, okay? It's not what's waking you up every single morning for this job, okay? So your passion, only you know what that is. Only you know what your passion is. And you might right now be like, oh, well, I don't know what my passion is. But there's ways to find that, and I want you to make that your homework for the rest of the week and the weekend, is to really sit back and think about what in this business makes me happy, what makes me passionate, and why do I need to lead with that? What am I doing now that I'm not leading with that, and how is it affecting my business? Because I'm going to tell you right now, if you are not leading with your passion, you are going to get burnt out. As a new coach, I felt that I had to, be this model of fitness, that I had to have, look a certain way and be a certain way. And everything I did, I had to post 3 recipes a week, and I had to post, 12 workouts, and I had to, post all these things that you think are cookie cutter. But honestly, guys, Lead it with your passion and the rest will follow, okay? So for me personally, fitness, like working out, that's not my passion. I do it because it is part of the bigger picture and it's my job, right? And it's part of it, but Steph knows it's like pulling teeth to get me to post a workout video. I do it, and that of course is one of my weaknesses as a coach, but because we all have them. Steph and I are talking about this morning. We all have them, but I'll tell you this right now. It's because it's not my passion. It's not what I love to do. Yes, I do it, but it's not my passion. My passion is more helping of the emotional aspect, right? I know that that is my thing. I like the inspiration aspect, and that's okay to be different. And if your passion is the fitness side, maybe your passion is meal planning, maybe your passion is helping women who have been through a trauma, maybe your passion is helping moms find balance and be able to juggle fitness, nutrition, all of these things. If that's your passion, that's what you need to lead with. That's what you need to be talking about. That's what you need to be live feeding about. That's what you need to be leading all your posts with and keeping in mind no matter what you're doing. And that's what you need to write down and read every single morning, because we can get caught up so easily in all the other things we have to do, because we do still have to do all those aspects, right, to make our bigger picture and make our passion possible. But you need to lead with that passion and remember what it is every single morning, because that is what's going to keep the gasoline in your tank. Okay, that is what keeps you going, and that helps you craft your posts. It keeps things fun, and it helps you with the fear, because you're excited. Like, I don't know if you guys can feel it right now, but this kind of stuff, I'm passionate about this, and that's what gets me going, and this is fun for me, and I'm not scared. I'm not nervous getting on this. Now, if you wanted me to get on here and talk to you about, hey, now we're going to do, 12 sit-ups, but be careful because your muscles and your legs could do this and that, I pee my pants, because I'm not passionate about it. I don't know what, I might know what I'm doing, but I'm like, it's not my thing, okay? And that's okay. It's okay to be that way. But that doesn't mean I'm not saying it's an excuse to not do the other aspects. Remember that. You still have to do everything for the bigger picture. But lead with that passion, okay? And it's going to attract those like-minded people. Because I don't know about you, but if you have ever tried to lead a team of people or a challenge group of people who are not like you, it is hell. I will tell you that right now, because it is extremely hard to relate to the person. I'm going to give you guys a little example that has nothing to do with like actual, it doesn't cause me pain. But so here's something that I've noticed that's different, that I have a hard time teaching because I do things differently. So I am a pen and paper person. Like, if I have papers spread out on my desk, I'm happy. I'm like, oh, I know everything is. I can see all my sticky notes. I'm good to go. Now, another coach on my team, she is all about Excel and spreadsheets and all these amazing things. And I could not do that I couldn't do it if my life depended on it. Seriously. I mean, I guess I could if my life depended on it. But I just get all jumbled, and then I forget about things if it's in my computer or it's in my calendar on my phone. I need a tangible paper, write it down, pen and paper, right? That's just me. So when it comes to organization, if I'm trying to teach her how to organize something, I'm gonna have a really hard time, because she can't learn the way I organize on pen and paper, as well as I can't learn how she's doing Excel with all her codes. Now, obviously, that's not going to make a difference when it comes to her being a part of my team or me leading her. But it's kind of, I hope, an example where you can kind of visualize. If the person is not like you in personality, they're not like you in beliefs, you're going to have a very hard time leading them and being a part of their journey. It's not that you can't, it's just not going to be the easiest or most enjoyable thing, okay? So we want to attract like-minded people. And when you lead with your passion, you're going to do that. It's naturally going to happen. You need to find a mentor. Now, this doesn't mean you have to go out and get Gary Vaynerchuk to you don't have to pay $30,000 to talk to him every day, okay? That's not what I'm saying. But you need a mentor in your business. You are an entrepreneur. Even the biggest CEOs, even the top coaches of this company, they have mentors, guys. They have somebody there that's helping them. For you, that can be your upline coach. That could be a counselor, maybe. That could be a life coach that you hire. It could be any of these things. We have so many aspects to that. But some people, maybe you don't have an upline. Maybe you feel like, I know you guys all do, but maybe you feel like your upline isn't necessarily doing it for you the way that you need, the help that you need. Go out and find it yourself. Stop complaining about it. Stop saying, I don't get help here, I don't get there. There are so many people that you have access to that want to help you, that want to be a part of your journey and mentor you, okay? So go out there and find someone that can be your backbone. And I don't mean a success partner, and I don't mean a coach in your downline. Do not choose a coach in your downline because you are their mentor, right? So think about that. And remember as well, though, that your upline coach, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're ready to take on you in the aspect that you might need. Maybe you're truly looking for a life coach mentor. Then you need to go find that person. You need to think about what you need in your business, and you need to go find that. If all you really need is some help with your business here and there, and some experience and some stories and some help, then your upline's the person to go to. But they're running their own business as well. So keep that in mind. If you're looking for a straight life coach, help me with all my problems and my emotions, you might want to check that out and talk with your upline and see how that will work between the two of you, right? So, and there's some cute quotes. Now, with that, this is a business. Once again, this is your business. And for us, I think it's very easy to forget because we did not invest, $100,000 to buy a storefront. We didn't invest all of this money. Honestly, most of us didn't invest anything because we bought our products and then we were a coach, right? But this is still a business. And that doesn't mean that you don't have to invest in your business. Okay, you do. You need to find books, right? Even a book at $12, that's an investment. Okay, you need to invest in trainings. There are tons of online trainings these days. Tons and tons and tons and tons and tons. Tons. For the simplest things, there's free ones. There's ones that cost money. But an investment doesn't necessarily even have to be monetary. An investment can be investing your time, right? But don't think that your business won't go further if you're not investing monetarily, okay? So maybe you know that you want to start making some training videos for your team, or you want to start making more live feeds to attract your niche market. Get some equipment, guys. Get a good camera. Get a good laptop. Invest in Facebook ads. My business would not be where it is today without Facebook ads. I will tell you that hands down, okay? It was an investment. And even just $5 a day as an investment. Invest in yourself. Put 10 to 20% of your income back into your business, okay? Either you can create websites, email funnels, join mentorships like we talked about in the last slide. Team incentives, that's an investment. If you're getting things for your teams, right? Headshots, professional pictures, these are investments, guys. But if you were running a business doing something else, you'd probably get all of these things, right? I'm not saying go out and buy all of them right now, but don't think that your business is just going to skyrocket to the top $1 million earner without investing in it. Because although we paid pretty much nothing to become this, you are a business owner. You are an entrepreneur. You are a CEO, whatever you want to call yourself, okay? It's going to take an investment. And your mindset, okay, this is a huge one. And so often I feel like I hear, you got to have your mind right. You got to have a good mindset. But what is that? Give me something tangible to help my mindset, right? Because PD, we can only say that so often before it's like, okay, I'm reading all the personal development that I can possibly suck into my brain and nothing is happening, right? Something that I have found over the last few months that has just completely changed my outlook, my business, how I speak to people are affirmations and daily beliefs, okay? Here's a few examples for you guys. And I will post this in the Desire to Inspire page so you guys can read them if you can't really read them right now. But the thing about affirmations is that you are not being generic. So just like when we tell you with your why, we don't want just, I want to help people, right? You wanted to have your why something more in depth, right? Something more emotional that you can grasp onto. And the same goes for your affirmations and your daily beliefs, okay? So something like, there are more than enough clients who want exactly what I provide, okay? Tell yourself that in the morning. Write that down. Sit down at your desk. If you're worrying about, something that you have happening, you know, tell yourself an affirmation. There's a great little book called, I wrote it down. Yep. Anyway, I'll find it in a minute and I'll post it for you guys. There is a great little book. Ready for this? The Great Little Book of Affirmations is the name, and I just couldn't find that. But that's actually the name of the book, The Great Little Book of Affirmations. And it's just a little book that has a bunch of these and a bunch of different things, and you can tailor them to yourself, and it teaches you and shows you how to make your own as well. But be specific, don't be generic. And another thing that I really love to do, I'm big on voice messages and things like that. Record yourself saying them. All right, record yourself. It's very powerful to hear yourself saying them. Get in your notes on your phone and read your affirmations to yourself and listen to them in the morning. Listen to them before you get on a call, before you make a post, before you do something, and it's going to build you up. I know it sounds crazy, but it works. It really does, okay? So think about that one. Think about starting those next week. And remember, guys, you bought a ticket to this roller coaster, the roller coaster of entrepreneurialism. Say that 5 times fast. It's really fun. You bought a ticket to the roller coaster, and you're strapped in. You are on this ride. You've made the commitment. You've buckled your seatbelt, and a roller coaster isn't just an upward climb. You're going to go down. You're going to come back up. You're going to go up fast. You're going to go down fast. You might go up slow. You might go down slow, but you're going to go on this roller coaster, and at the end, you know what's at the end. It's your success. It's your why. It's getting to your goal, and maybe it's a bunch of little roller coasters on the way to a main goal, but you're on this ride, and I don't want you to forget, when you're at the low part of the roller coaster, you're still strapped in. You cannot give up. It's so much easier to give up in this business than it is if you own a business with 10 employees, right? What if every single day I came into work and I knew that I had these 10 people that relied on me to keep this business running? All right? You have that. You have your challengers. You have your coaches. They are your employees. Obviously, we know your coaches are not your employees. We're our own entities, but you get what I'm saying, right? These people depend on you. You promise them, I'm going to be there for you, and I'm going to lead you. I am your leader, and I am your friend, right? And you're letting them down if you hop off this roller coaster early just because you're at the bottom. And it's so much easier in this business because, like we said, we didn't invest a whole bunch, right? So it makes it a little easier in our own minds to just say, well, I quit. I give up. I give up because, I'm at the bottom of the roller coaster right now. I don't know when I'm going to go back up the roller coaster, so I'm just going to go ahead and quit. But you're still strapped in. Keep your seatbelt on, all right? So your limited beliefs, when you're at the bottom of that roller coaster ride, you're coming back up. Remember this moment. I'm telling you, Anna said, you're going to go back up that metal roller coaster or wooden roller coaster, whichever you prefer, okay? Your limited beliefs, though, they're going to keep you on the bottom downs of the roller coaster, okay? So ask yourself, is this true? Do I want it to be true? How do I make it true? Okay? Those are the 3 questions to kind of rip apart the thought that you're thinking or the limited belief that you're telling yourself. Why can't you make 6 figures? What is stopping you? Tell me. What's stopping you? Is it true what you're telling yourself is stopping you? Do you want it to be true? And if you do want it to be true, how do you make it true? If you want that, I can make 7 figures to be true. How do you make it true? Write it down. Give yourself a tangible goal. Implementation is the next one. I think that this is something that is also very easy for us to just kind of put to the wayside. We can listen to calls. We can listen to podcasts. We can read personal development. And we can say the affirmations all damn day. But if you are not implementing and applying what you learn, nothing is going to happen. You are wasting your time sitting on this team call if you're not going to go and start implementing the things that you're learning tonight, right? It's just like with anything. So give yourself practical goals from what you're learning. Pick things apart. Come back to your notes and say, maybe this part wasn't for me, this part is for me right now. And give yourself practical goals. And the same thing goes for your audience and your challengers, right? Give them tangible and practical things, okay, that they can grab onto, that they can understand. And then your notes are not enough. You need to apply it. Go to podcasts, go to YouTube. YouTube has such a plethora of knowledge for us, not only from Beachbody, but from other walks of life, other MLMs, other companies, CEOs, Tony Robbins, all these amazing things, right? Team calls. Most of the top teams in the company, they post their team calls on YouTube. Find out who the leader is of that team and go check out their YouTube page. They're going to have calls. They're going to have trainings. It's inevitable. Go look at it. Ideas are easy. Implementation is hard, right? It is. That's the hardest part, is actually putting our thoughts and our ideas and our learnings to action. Perseverance and patience. Remember that I liked seeing this quote, and I swear it's nothing political, or I'm not telling you who I'm voting for, but I liked the quote before. So when everything seems to be going against you, remember that an airplane takes off against the wind, okay? If you, for 1 second, start thinking that being an entrepreneur and owning your own business is going to be easy, you're gonna fall apart. That moment that you're sitting back in your chair and you're like, we're good, I'm good, this is so easy, you're gonna fall apart. I hate to tell it to you. Just like all those coaches that hit a rank and then they're like, yep, I did it, I'm a diamond, I'm good. And then what happens? They don't do anything else because they're like, I hit it, I'm a diamond. But if you don't keep that going, right, and that momentum going and everything that you've been applying for the months, it's going to fall apart. I've watched it happen with my own eyeballs, okay? You have to keep going, and it's not easy. And notice I didn't say failure. I didn't say that, you're just going to end up a failure, because guess what we need? We need failure. Failure is a part of this. If you're not failing, then I don't think you're moving forward at all, because how do we learn? How do we learn if we're not failing? Why are you so scared of failure? What is it that's making you so scared of the failure? Because we need to embrace it. Of course, it's not our goal to fail, but when you do fail, instead of quitting, because it's so easy to quit, it's the easiest thing in the world is to give up and quit. And the option to give up is right in front of our faces when we work with network marketing. I think it's very easy. We're not walking into a building every day. It's right here in our phone or on our computer. So it's easy to just say, oh, I'm done. I'll leave that Facebook group and quit. I'll send an email and I'm done. It's not that simple though. What is holding you back? What is truly making you scared of that failure? Because when you have that failure, you need to embrace it, because we're not going to be able to learn. I'm sure you guys have probably seen that little quote. Well, it's not little, it's very long, about, all the different leaders in our society today and where they were before they became successful. Oprah was fired from a TV gig as a news anchor, I think it was. She was fired. They told her, get out, you stink. And she's Oprah. Chris and I were just talking about this at breakfast. Oprah doesn't even age. It's Oprah. But she has failed before, and I'm sure she has failed so much more than we will ever know, right? And that's part of it. She didn't get to where she is without that failure, okay? So I'm done. I want to close it out for you guys, but I really, really, truly believe without these foundational items of your business that entrepreneurship is going to be very difficult for you. You have to have these things. I'll post these slides in the group so that you guys have them. Or we have the recording, so you're good actually. But you got to find your voice and your audience and your niche. And remember that fear, it's not you. You are not the fear. The fear is a part of you, okay? But it is not you. So keep going forward. Keep going towards that end of the roller coaster, because it's going to be a roller coaster. And it's going to be emotional, and it's going to be happy and sad and everything sometimes, but it's a great thing. And you are going towards your desired lifestyle lifestyle, your desired success. And that's a huge thing. And so many people don't have that opportunity. So we are here to share that, right? Okay, so there we go. I hope that if anyone has any questions, you can feel free to ask them. But I will unshare my screen now.
Thank you, Anna. I hope that she really just inspired you guys to, first of all, if you haven't gotten started yet, I mean, like actually gotten started, like if you're just kind of sitting here like waiting for the right moment, like, okay, I'm just going to wait. I'm going to wait for that right moment. I hope that she inspired you to just dive in and actually start, because there's never a right moment. And then to find that passion, that consistency, and to go with it and not give up just because it gets hard. Do any of you have any questions or anything you want to say to Anna or ask Anna?
It can be about anything.
You can raise your hand. We can unmute you. All right. If not, we will let everybody jump off of here. We'll post a recording. So if you guys have anybody on your team you want to share it with, you can. And I encourage you guys to try to really get everybody on your team to get on these calls. Because I know I learned something from every single call, whether it is somebody in my upline or if it's Anna in my downline, just listening to her call. I'm like, oh yeah. I feel like everybody has something to offer everybody, and everybody can inspire you and get, your wheels spinning in your head. So I definitely encourage everybody to jump on these calls every chance they get. So thank you, Anna, I know, by the way, it was kind of a last minute thing. We had to reschedule Anna at the last minute, so she had to make it work to get on tonight. So seriously, thank you for doing that for us, Anna. And thank you guys for getting on the call. And I hope you all have a good night.
Good night, guys.
Bye.